Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Did you see that rocket taking off there for our launch day? I tell you what, we are so excited about this show. I know there's been a lot of chat about it. A lot of you have been waiting for it as well. And the sound of that rocket going is the sound of the stock going out of the door for this brand new launch that we've got for you today. I tell you what, I am mega excited about this. And somebody I think is probably even more excited than I am is the lovely Sara. Oh, we've got some goodies today, haven't we?
It's brilliant, Ben. I feel like I got to do a little bit of a warm-up act last night because it was the HSN preview last night, so I previewed these. I was supposed to only do like 5 minutes and I'll whiz through as many flowers as possible. And I said to everyone, you must join me today for the 2-hour spectacular. I'm going to teach you all the winter flowers you need to know. Do you want to have a little look at what we're going to do,
Come on.
Ben, you know I always say favourite Christmas flower, gorgeous poinsettia.
Yes.
Look at these. Whether they're for your cards, whether you want to do them on gorgeous bouquets or wreaths, you could do your own wreath for the front door. The Christmas poinsettias are knock it out the park, absolutely amazeballs. Look what I'm going to be making for my little table centerpieces this year.
That's amazing.
Isn't that like one of the most incredible projects you've seen? Oh, I mean, it was one that my team has done on our design team. But now, have a little look. Yes, you've got the poinsettias.
Yes.
You've also got the Christmas roses, which we can do at different sizes. I'll show you them as well and how to get all this shading technique on the middle, okay? But then also, can you see what's peeking in here?
Pine cones.
Oh, mini pine cones. Now,
Love it.
You can do them as either these little mini ones, right? Oh, look, here's a gorgeous card. Oh, it's not just Christmas, by the way. It's Christmas and all your fall designs as well. Love these little tiny pine cones. But then you can actually make life-size, real, genuine, full-on pine cones.
That's amazing.
I just love it. And I'm going to show you how to do all of them over the course of the show. If there's something you see as well in one of the samples that you want to know specifically, how did you do that bit? Ask us. Ben is going to be no doubt inundated with comments. Let him know what you think of the foam flowers. Let him know if there's any techniques that you want to see. I will go through it all with you. We're going to do poinsettias, we're going to do the Christmas roses, we're going to do some ruffling techniques. I'm going to teach you, Ben, this is like a foam flower 101.
Yes.
We're doing bubbling flowers, we're going to do some cupping techniques, we're going to do some ruffled shaping, we're going to ink onto them, we're going to literally be all these different types of flowers. We're going to do all these techniques, and at the end of it, I promise you will walk out of this 2 hours being a foam flower expert, I promise.
What did I tell you? I told you I was excited, but that's on another level, right? Seriously, there is going to be so much to show you, so much you're going to love. These are just brilliant. If you want to be able to make really realistic flowers with complete ease, then you're going to need to go for this bundle. As I say, I know there's a lot of hype and I know there's a lot of people out there getting hugely excited about this. You'll have seen the HSN preview, might have seen this on Create and Craft, and I know some of you might be waiting until next week when this launches on HSN, but what I will say to you today is you can go for the whole bundle with us here at Crafters TV, where you get everything that you need to be able to put all of these amazing projects together. And of course, with you shopping with us today, loads of you, of course, Club Inspire members, so you'll get that extra discount as well. Look at the price first of all, should be £92, $121, $66 or $90. Take off your 20% discount if you're a Club Platinum member. Well, you do the maths on that. It's going to come down even further. $52.80 for our UK viewers is absolutely astonishing. If you've used these before, you'll know how easy they are to create flowers that are just stunning. But let me just take you through everything that you're going to get, because seriously, it could not be easier. You are going to get all of these flower dies. So again, the ability to be able to put these beautiful flowers together, whether you want to layer them up and create, you know, just absolutely beautiful and such realistic poinsettias, but then also you've got the ability to actually make smaller ones should you want to do that as well. You've also got within this collection your Christmas rose too. And like Sara said, actually we're focusing, I suppose, on Christmas time and autumnal flowers, but you've got, you know, the foam here to be able to kind of make flowers for whatever season that you want. And actually with these dies, we're giving you the foam, of course, but you can obviously still use your cardstock materials as well if you want to be able to do that. But the possibilities here really are endless. And as I say, if you've never seen these being made before, wait till you see how easy it is to create flowers just like this. Now for me, I never thought I would get excited about a pine cone, but this is just brilliant. I've not seen collections like this before with the pine cones in, and that for me just makes this an even more usable collection. Great for all of your card projects, as I said, great for home decor. And if you want to see pine cones, Sara will show you pine cones. I mean, look at these, big pine cones.
Big pine cones, little pine cones. I'm going to teach you how to do all the pine cones. I'll be honest, the ones that everyone's been getting excited about are the poinsettias and the pine cones. But there's so many more. They're just the first couple. Ben, show you all the flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. So much more. Of course, with it being like a Christmas set, you've got to have the holly and the ivy, haven't you? Maybe you're thinking about making some Christmas wreaths. Maybe you're thinking about decorations for your Christmas table on your crackers, whatever it might be. You've got that realistic holly. We've got the ivy in there as well. And what I will show you, and I know Sara will go into this in more detail, the detail that you've got on the dies themselves is absolutely phenomenal. You can see the veins in the leaves, the realism that you're going to get when you cut these out, just brilliant. Now, as well as all the flowers, the holly and the ivy, of course you want all of your foliage as well to really kind of bulk out your designs. And again, take a look at this, all of these beautiful ferns that you're going to be able to just finish off your projects with. Love, love, love. Amazing foliage. Again, great for your Christmas wreaths, great for adding that dimension on your card projects as well. And then as well as that, we're giving you even more with these autumnal leaves. Look at this is just gorgeous, isn't it? I love autumn. I love the colours. I love the colours of the falling leaves, and you're getting all of that within these collections. Different shapes and sizes of the dies for you to be able to create these amazing, amazing projects. But not just all of the dies that we're going to give you. Oh no, 37 dies that we've just shown you. You're also going to get, of course, the foam. And as I said, if you've not used this before, wait till you see how easy it is to use. You've got your autumn hues, as you can see here, so 12 sheets of your autumn hues. And then, of course, you've got your Christmas colours there included as well. Just brilliant. But that is not all, because you want the stamens as well, don't you? How many stamens do you want? Just a few? We'll give you 800 stamens for you to create these flowers. Just brilliant. So again, we've got the different colours of stamens with the holiday sort of Christmas colours, the autumnal colours as well. Also in this bundle, we're giving you these amazing berries. They're coming with it as well. Just phenomenal. And if that's not all, we're also going to give you your chunky glue, as our Debbie would say, the 3D glue to put it all together. It is quite simply a phenomenal collection. And I know I never like to panic you into buying, right? Because I'm not here to do that. I'm here to kind of tell you how busy we are, read out your comments and have a lot of fun. But I must just tell you that the level of excitement for this has seen us already be at 40% of the stock gone, all right? So if you just want to make sure that you get this, get it now. And I can only say that over the course of the next 2 hours, it's going to get busier and busier and busier, because people have bought this before they've even seen us put it together. They know how great these collections are. They know how great it is working with this foam. So please get yours now and do not miss out. £66 or $90. Take off your Platinum Club membership, that 20% extra, and it comes down even further for you as well. What I would say is, this collection is amazing. You're getting the foam, but you'll want more. So add more foam into your carts as well. So let's give you the details of that, because these are your consumables. These, honestly, once you get making with them, you will not want to stop, so you won't want to run out. This is the winter flower foam with your stamens and your berries as well. So plenty more there for you to be playing with. £28 or $39. Less, of course, if you're a Platinum member, an extra 20% off that as well. So the £28 comes down closer to what, about £22.50. Look at me doing the maths today. So get that in your basket as well. Do not miss out. Now, also, if you're wanting to be able to really create these beautiful flowers and get the depth and layering that you would want, you're going to want the flower forming tools as well. So with this, you're going to get your ball tools, and also you're going to get your petal distressing tool set too. $14.99 or $19.95 with 30% off on that. So get it in your basket, don't miss. Loads of you already getting in touch. Let me just say hello to a few people who are already in. Sarah from Melbourne, Australia. I must say a big thank you to you for the lovely message you sent me on Facebook. Very kind of you. Dan from Tennessee, Terry from Ohio, Kim from Littlehampton, and Jarmaine on Facebook says, morning Ben and Sara, so excited to see what you're doing today. I think that is being echoed by everybody. Lots of excitement here, lots of excitement with you as well. Get in touch with us on Facebook, on down the grams, as Sara says, on YouTube as well, and also email us, get social with us, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. If you've made flowers before, send in the pictures, we want to see them. And also anything you want to know, if you're brand new to this and you want to ask a question, get that question in. If you want to tell us which of the flowers you love the most, let us know. We want to know. Any projects that you've kind of seen, you can see on the various sets, you think, oh, I want a close-up of that, let us know. If you've made before, send in the pictures and we can send these out to inspire everybody else as well. We can show everybody who's watching today. Let's make it nice and interactive, and let's get ready with these demos. She's bopping over there. Sara's going. She's like this. I tell you what, we might have to be quick because we might get a sellout on this the way it's going.
Well, here's the thing. If it sells out, Ben,
yes.
If it sells out in this shot, I'm still going to do 2 hours because yes. I promised you all those different flowers. And if it sells out, they're still in stock on Create and Craft, and they're still in stock. They're going to be getting the stock on HSN.
Yeah.
And I feel a little bit responsible for that 40% of the stock going, because I think with the preview we did last night, so many people kind of just whet their appetite a little bit. Because if you're a Club Inspire member, well, you want to be getting your points, you want to be getting your discounts, you want to be making the most of it, okay? Right, Ben, are you ready for the foam flower masterclass that I'm about to do?
I'm ready.
You've got to say that. You're going to have to do this again so they can see it.
Yeah, I do all this and he doesn't even bring me. I'll do it again.
Good.
I'm ready.
Right, you go back to doing that, doing your iPad and stuff and whatnot. I'll do the serious stuff. Right. Can I just say, how long have you been asking me for the foam colours in the Christmas shades?
How long?
Oh, they've been asking, honestly, Ben, I've been getting harassed when we've been doing these. Any foam flower shows I've done, everyone's like, need them. So, 2 different foam collections. So we have the lovely Christmas, they call the holiday hues, and the autumnal hues, which is your fall colours, okay? Now look at this, we also have those, so if you want to go for more, you can get that one that's on your screen. So you can, and if you spend £40 or $40, you get an extra 15% off. Don't do that unless actually you want to buy just a load of Christmas, because you're going to be doing a load of Christmas flowers. You might want to order 2 or 3 of those, right? But we have the bundle where you get both of these and the stamens that match that one and the stamens that match this one, which, by the way, stamens have sold out individually now. And also those fabulous berries.
Aren't they lush?
You are good at you. So even if you go for the big collection, throw an extra one of those in while we've got it on special deal, while we've got stock, because I am fully envisaging by the end of this weekend, the way we're going, you're probably going to have cleared us out of all of our foam, all of the new flower dyes, the lot. I am seriously worried. So if you want to, because we were planning on having this all the way through till Christmas. I wasn't planning. When Ben says 40% of our stock's gone, that's not 40% of the stock we had for this show. That is 40% of the stock we brought in for Crafters TV, Crafters Companion, the website, to last us through all the way till Christmas. So
you'll be lucky.
Yeah. It's going to be panicking. Right, here we go. Are you ready? I'm going to start with the poinsettia, right? Because everybody loves the poinsettia. Now, you've got the 2 different shades of red. I'm going to start off with the nice bright one. So I'm going to get myself an extra sheet of the gorgeous, gorgeous bright one. Now, with the foam, Ben, you can just cut one at a time if you want, or you can cut through 4 layers of the foam. So it just so happens that the foam folded into 4, and this is good luck, not good management, happens to be exactly the same width as the Gemini Mini, right? So what I like to do is get my Gemini Mini. Let's get the poinsettia die. Crikey, where have I put my point? I've got stuff everywhere. Right, here's my poinsettia die.
In the excitement,
Here
yes.
it is.
There it is.
Right, I have got them all somewhere. Right, get the poinsettia die. Look, you've got 5 sizes of the poinsettia. That's because you're going to use different sizes to get a really well-rounded poinsettia, but then also you can do large, medium or small poinsettias with different sizes within there. So a bit of a top tip here, right? So what I like to do, here we go, is get all these in.
Yeah.
make the best use of the space. Now, I know, especially when we have it on offer, the foam isn't actually that expensive for what it is. However, I don't like to waste anything, Ben. So, Sarah's top tip on the foam, right?
Yes.
So if you do that, and we can get all of these bits out, so we've cut through 4 layers of the foam there. But then what you can do if you want, you see, is if I open this up, you could go back in and get another couple out of that bit in the middle, right? So you're not actually and then same, open this one up and you can get another mini one, couple of mini ones there out of the bits that you've got left. So you're actually not going to waste a lot of foam at all, right?
Can I just tell you, I love
it depends on what you're going to tell us, Ben.
No, in the gallery, I love to kind of share with you sometimes what they're saying there. Producer Johnny has just, I mean, he's one of the calmest blokes you'll ever wish to meet normally, and he's just gone, well, this is going bonkers, this. I mean, we are manic. We are manic. For him to express it like he just did, it must be uber busy. So don't miss out, please. 45% of this stock has now gone. Wow.
I am just going to reiterate, if that all goes, I am not going anywhere. I am going to be here for 2 hours. Even if we've got no foam left and we've got no dyes left, I'm still going to be foam flowering, okay?
Good. Excellent. Does that mean I stay here as well, or do I get to go for an early lunch?
Well, you can go because, hey, if you've got nothing, if there's no more, no, actually, you still have to read all the comments. So, no, I was going to say, if you are going to be the bearer of bad news, yes, we want rid of you. If all you're going to do is tell us it's nearly gone, you can go off for an early lunch. We won't miss you, right? Right, here we go. I'm going to show you different levels of poinsettiaing over the course of the show, right? We're going to start with the basic one first. So, you want to do super easy poinsettias, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's the best view on this is from the close-up camera. So let's have a little look. I wonder if I do it this way. Yes. Now, by the way, I ain't doing this at home. So at home, I don't sit with the iron back to front upside down and work around it like this. I just have it in front of us. I'm doing this so that you guys can see it really well on the camera because it looks awesome. If you've never seen this before, you are about to be in for a treat, right? So take one of your poinsettias that you've cut.
Yep.
What's going to happen is it's going to shrink and it's going to shape with doing nothing other than applying heat. So I've got the iron on the hottest setting. You ready? We just hold this up against the iron.
Yep.
And just leave it there. And can you see it? There's bubbles, 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 bubbles. Let it drop off. And then once it's off, don't let it just sit there. I want you to open it up, put it how you want it to appear on your foam. I'm giving it a little poke and then just leave it. This is why, by the way, those ball tools are so incredibly useful, because what we're doing is we're essentially shaping this. I'm not just holding it on the iron with the ball tool. I'm actually then using it. So we position this down while it's still warm.
Yeah.
And I'm just shaping the middle of that to look like an actual poinsettia. And you've got the different sizes, you see.
Yeah.
So I'm using the smallest one. The smallest one's brilliant. I'm going to do the same. I'll go cut to like a medium one. And I'm going to do a couple of the large, couple of the medium, couple of the small, so that you can see the different sizes as we're going.
And your home iron's the best way to do it, is it?
I find so. I absolutely, do you know, this is what our Jake uses when he's ironing all of the fabrics ready for the softer side.
I thought you were going to say it was Jake's iron from home that you did. So
it was $7.99, right? Yeah. So it's not even an expensive. What you don't want is you don't need any steam, so you don't want any water in or anything like that. And literally, you just want it on the hottest setting. Right. So a regular home iron, nothing fancy. I know a lot of people kind of keep a separate iron for their crafting, you know, just because you don't want to use the fancy one. But when you realise what an inexpensive iron they are, you're quite happy to. So there we go. I've got all those little bits just bubbled in place and I've let them hold. I'm going to teach you a little trick here to what not to do. Learn from me instead of learning yourself, right?
Right.
What you don't want to do is take one of these, right? Oh, we've got it heated. It's looking like a lovely shape on that iron there. Happy with the bubbles, happy. Let it drip off and then just leave it there.
Oh.
Because if you leave it there, what's going to happen is it's going to set in that shape.
Oh, okay.
All of these have set in. I mean, this is now set. If I pick this up from the side, look at this. It is set in that exact shape that we want. Right? All those little bubbles, it's set perfectly there, okay? Our Johnny's just asking, would I re-mention again, you don't have to do it back to front like this. So whereas I'm doing this, don't panic about me. I get a lot of practice at this, right? I do more teaching of foam flowers than I actually do making them. When I'm at home, what I do is I have my iron here in front of me. And then I get my tool. And so what I do is I go forward and I touch it on the iron like this.
Yeah.
It's just if I do that,
We can't
look
see
what
it.
your shot is.
I know, it's not very good, is
It's
it?
dark, and then when you look at it from the side, you can't see anything.
Not
So
very
instead of
TV
me
friendly.
doing it from the side of the front, that is a really boring picture, right? So instead of doing that, I'm doing it all back to front, upside down, purely for your benefit, right? Oh, look, I've ended up with a lovely extra little poinsettia leaf in there. Now, once those have all set, we then need to put the centre in. Now, this is, so look at that. That's formed in that shape. Now, that's brilliant. Sometimes we want to form. So, for example, you might want to do like a little bud. You might want to form it in that shape. That's no use for the one we're about to do. I mean, actually, you could, with this one, it's not too bad because you can peel these back out. Can you see? And it just hasn't quite held that same shape, right? Now, to do the stamen, what we're going to do is have a little look at your stamens. Now, these did sell out before the show.
Yes.
So we are totally sold out of stamens. However, you can get them in the bundle, or if you're going for that extra bundle that's got all of the foam and the stamens in, which apparently since I explained it, that went bananas as well. So yes, if you're getting some extra stamens, I mean, it's not that much extra to get stocked up, and you'll use a lot of them. And they're the lovely colours that go with the foam. Now, I find for poinsettia, you want around about half a dozen like that. And then use a bit of wire. Now, I like floristry wire or jewellery wire. And I find like you want something that's got a bit of structure, but that's not too thick, right? So thin wire is quite nice. So this one here, if I've had jewellery wire, I generally use like a 28 gauge or something like that. And then get all of your stamens all lined up together. Now, ready for this bit, right? We're going to take the wire and we're going to wrap the wire around the centre of the stamen. Now, the easiest way I find, can you see, I've wrapped that wire over it.
Yeah.
Then I just pull all the stamens together in a little bunch so that they're all together. So I've got the wire in one hand, the stamens in the other. And then all I do is twist the stamens. So if you twist the stamens and hold the wire, what it's going to do is it's going to keep that wire nice and tight. There we go. So that I end up with like a double thickness of wire. And I don't need this other half. I'll save that for another little bunch of stamens, right? I'll show you that several times throughout the show so that you become expert stamen makers by the end of the show. There we go. We get all that into a nice point. Now, this is the fun bit. Get one of your pokey tools that we have, right? Take the end off and it becomes like a long needle.
Oh, okay.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the small one. One thing, by the way, that's awesome about these flowers, we leave a big area in the middle. So can you see if I just show you the original next to the bubbled one? You've got that lovely jagged edge, which is authentic to a poinsettia, but we leave a really big area so that even when it contracts down, you get a really big area in the middle. So that what we can then do is if I take this back, I can go through the small one. I'll go through the next one. I'm going to go through a couple of the medium ones, and then I'm going to go through, let's have a look. Oh, do you know, I quite like it just like that.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what I've thought of? A poinsettia would have leaves on, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I've actually cut out, I've got a bit of green foam. Should we cut out one of the large ones in green and put it on the bottom? Oh, I'm loving this idea, all right? So if I just cut, look at that, I can still use a couple of them extra bits of foam. So I'll get this, I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to go into my mini, just cut through the same poinsettia, but use the top of the poinsettia to make the poinsettia leaves. Now, as we progress on through the show, Ben, I'm going to show you how to like dual tint your leaves and things like that. So I'll just show you the basics now.
Yes.
But we will come on and do more of them over the course of the show. Or if there's a specific technique you want me to do.
Yeah, we've got loads of questions coming, which I'll put to you in a bit as well.
I'm ready for them. I'm ready for them,
so
don't worry.
worry. It's going bonkers on the social. Bonkers.
It's going to be a bonkers kind of day, isn't it, right?
It certainly is.
So there's my poinsettia leaves. I'll do a couple of them just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I've just told you not to do. Don't let it just drop. While it's here, open it straight out so that you get them all leaf shaped and all formed like this. Perfect. And I want these to be a little bit more rustic. Yeah. Because they're leaves, right?
Nothing perfect in nature, is there? You see, it's all imperfect.
Nothing perfect at all. Now look at that. Now it looks like a poinsettia. Now we're cooking. I like it. So you've got that. What we're going to do is we're essentially going to thread it all the way off. Okay. So watch you don't poke your fingers, but thread it right through. Don't be frightened to adjust these leaves out of place as you need them. Yeah. Because as long as you don't reheat them, they're not going to change their shape now. And then that goes through that hole in the middle, pull it through, and then it's up to you how long you want the
yes.
stamens to be.
Uh-huh.
That's very authentically poinsettia looking.
Yeah, it is.
Turn it upside down, little bit of glue. Now, I'm using the glue gun so that it sets instantly because I need to demonstrate this in the course of the show. You're going to use your all-purpose glue and then leave it for a couple of hours if you want to use your the glue that we've put it in the kit for you. Right,
Yeah.
so we've put that glue in the kit. Because I've got a 2-hour show and I want all my flowers to dry so we can make something by the end of the show. I'm going to use the hot glue gun, but for goodness sake, make sure you don't burn your fingers, right? So there is my first poinsettia.
Love it.
So I'm going to get ready. What do you want to see next? Have we any specific requests, Ben, or can I just go with the flow?
I would just go with the flow for now. And we've got questions coming in. So you do what you want to do next. And when you start the next demo, I'll fire the questions at you. But if there's anything that you want to see particularly, any particular dye, then let us know, any particular flower. I'm here to kind of read out all these comments and show all the pictures that you're sending in. And also to give you the bad news, the bearer of bad news. Half of the stock has gone. And remember, this is the total stock, isn't it? The huge stock that we had. We've been on air, 25 minutes, and another 10% of the stock has gone. That's how busy we are right now. 50% of this stock has gone. £66 or $90. Remember, you won't pay that if you're in our Club Inspire. If you're a platinum member, take off another 20%, taking that down to about £52.80, I think we said, didn't it, for UK viewers. Also, let me just tell you that lots of people are going for the add-ons, adding more foam into their basket. The Holiday Hues is going absolutely bananas. Let me tell you, the Holiday Hues, $9.99 or $12.95 if you want to add more of that in there, because this is flying out of here. Thank you so much for all of the messages coming in. Gail on YouTube says, place my order for this and the extra foams and stamens this morning. You see, that's savvy shopping. Placing the extra order for the extra foams and the stamens as well. Terry saying, I already secured my collection. Definitely bookmarking this video for when it arrives. And Mary says, I ordered this set a couple of days ago from CC. Can't wait to receive it. Lorna Jane says, oh my word, this collection is amazing. I've tuned into the YouTube live on the big TV. Yes.
Oh, we're on the big telly.
Yeah, you got to get the big telly on for this. You can watch us on YouTube, of course, as well. Let's just quickly show you through everything that you're getting. I'm going the other way around this time. So upside down, back to front, you've got your autumn leaves in there, first of all. So take a look. All of the foliage that you need to create, not just Christmas cards and Christmas projects, but autumnal cards. You don't just have to use the foam that we give you, of course, here as well. You can use your own card, your own foam as well to create beautiful cards and projects for all year round. Now, also in this collection, I have got these all upside down, haven't I? Now, also in this collection, you've got these beautiful ferns as well. So think about padding out all of your collections with these wonderful designs. Again, we've got all of the colours that you need with the foam that you've got in your collection. With it being a bit of a Christmas theme, yes, of course, we want the holly and the ivy. That's included as well. Just amazing. There's your ivy. And then you've got your holly as well. And wait till you see the detail that you've got. Those little berries you've got included as well. Oh, that's fallen off. But you've got all these beautiful leaves with all of the veins in there too. Just looks amazing. Now, as well as all of that, there's so much in this collection. You've got all of the beautiful flowers. This, for me, is genius. Here's your pine cone. Absolutely love it.
I'll do that one next.
Excellent stuff. I was just about to say that was going to be a request from me. So you've got your pine cones in here. First time I've seen that in one of these sort of bundles. Just brilliant. And of course, if you're thinking, oh, where do I get the colours for that? It's included because you will get the foam as well. The Christmas roses. Again, just so lifelike, so beautiful. And of course, you've got all the different size dies. So great for layering these up. Great for bigger projects. Great for smaller projects. And of course, you get the stamens too to give you that real, beautiful, realistic effect. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a Christmas sort of winter collection without the poinsettia. I think everybody's favourite. And again, just lovely. So much detail, even into sort of the jaggedness of the leaves that you've got to really give you that realistic poinsettia effect. Yes, you've got the stamens included as well. And let's just look at that within the bundle because you are going to get all of that foam included as well. You've got all of your autumn hues, 12 sheets of your autumn hues. You've got 12 sheets of your holiday hues as well, the Christmas foam, if you like. We're then giving you, I'm out of breath, we've got so much. We're then giving you 800 stamens, all right, so you can really afford to, whack a load of these into your projects. You've got the holiday hues, you've got the autumnal colours, berries included as well, and so you can stick it all together. You've got your 3D glue as well. I tell you what, we can hardly fit it on the screen, the bundle's so big. And look at that spaceship. You could say this is out of this world. See what I did there? £66, $90. Take off your Club Inspire discount as well, up to 20% off. $52.80 or $72 for all of this. It is a phenomenal bundle. I'm hugely excited, as you can say, but we're going to show you more demos in a second. What I would say to you, if I can get my words out, is go for the extra collection as well, because you're going to get through your foam, you're going to get through these statements, because as soon as you get this back and you see how easy it is to do, you'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to stop making these. And you'll make them on your cards, you'll make them for home decor, you'll make them for your Christmas table this year as well, for gift ideas, for things for your tree. Oh my goodness, you will just not stop making these amazing flowers. And let's just be clear as well, obviously you can use the foam from your collection. That's why you'll buy more right now with all of these statements. But then you can, of course, use these with your card and your paper, material, tissue, I suppose, if you wanted as well. Yeah, you're not just limited to the foam, but for me, that's where the joy is, and that's where you get this really realistic effect. This collection here gives you more of the holiday hues foam and the autumn hues. You get the stamens, 800 stamens as well, and 48 more of the berries too. £28, $39, but again, you won't pay that if you're in our Club Inspire, because the price will come down even further for you, depending where you are on your Inspire journey. Now, if you want to make things nice and easy for yourself, I'm sure you've probably got an iron at home, because that's great, isn't it, to use your iron to heat these up and get the moulding of the flowers nice and quickly. But it might be handy to have the tools in your armoury as well. I'm sure you might have some of these already, but if you haven't, great little bundle for you as well. The moulding ball tools, you're going to get with that petal distress tool set. Actually, the distress tool set you're getting for free. So just brilliant. Again, $14.99 or $19.95, over 30% off. Yes, you can tell that I'm in business because the glasses are on. But then at the same time, you can also tell that I'm having a lot of fun, because not only are you going to be making amazing cards, but look.
Oh, Ben, you look so good.
Are you kidding me? Just by the way, a lot of people have been commenting on the socials about my... I thought this was a little brooch, but everyone's been calling it a boutonniere or something.
Oh.
Boutonniere. So a lot of people were commenting about this, and Sara said, well, do you want to wear that for the show? I was like, well, yeah, definitely wear that on the waistcoat. And they said, well, you won't want to wear the reindeer antlers, will you? I was like, okay, of course I will. So that's what I'm also wearing. But it just goes to show in all seriousness, doesn't it, that this is a kit that you can use for everything.
Yeah, we had to have a fight. I got to wear the reindeer antlers last night, so he's like, well, I want them today. Right, I'm reading a lot of the comments. A lot of people saying it is the pine cones that are knocking it out the park for them. Now, I'm going to do a bit of a pine cone 101 now, right?
101.
So you get 6 sizes, okay? So you get 4 of the 5-prong pine cones, and you get 2 of the little 3-prong ones as well, okay? They either make the pine cones, but they also make these gorgeous rose flowers as well, right? So you can use them for your flowers too. It doesn't have to just be pine cones, but I've never seen anything else do a pine cone like this.
No.
So, by the way, I've got a top tip for you.
Oh, yeah?
I know you've all gone crazy now buying a load of the Christmas foam.
Oh, yes.
The pine cone colour is in this one.
Yeah.
So, if you're getting them both, you might as well get the set with the stems, because I know you're getting the berries. So you might as well get the set that's got the foam, the berries, and the 2 sets of stamens in them as well. Top tip. Because I know you're all thinking, oh, if I'm doing a lot of Christmas, but actually the yellow works brilliant with the poinsettia, but you've got the 2 colours of the pine cone foam as it was. So let's have a look. I'm going to start with the darkest one first, okay? Here we go. Oh my life, I'm hearing how many people are buying this at the moment.
Busy, I can't tell you.
Panic stations, it's all right. We're going to be sold out of foam. We're going to be sold out of the whole year's worth of foam in 2 days at this rate. Right, here we go.
By the way, did you turn the radiator on here, or am I just hot because it's so busy?
I think we're just really hot.
I'm boiling in here now.
Right, so let's have a look. I'm going to go with some large,
Oh.
some medium, right?
Yep.
Remember, this is where I'm leaving my gap to do my extra when I go through. I'm going to get some small ones in here as well. I'm also going to do a couple of the little 3-prong. Oh, does that 3-prong
Just
fit
whilst
in
you're
there?
layering these up, and a question relating to what you're doing now. Kathy's asked, how many foam flowers will one sheet of foam actually make?
Well,
roughly?
you know I'm going to do one of them. It's how long's the piece of
It depends
string,
which size
right?
die you use, I suppose.
It is, and also for me, it's how many. Make sure those dies don't go over top of each other. By the way,
Yeah.
It's how many layers you want. For example, you could do a pine cone with just 6 bits of foam in, right? Or I'm going to show you a pine cone with about 20 bits of foam in. So it depends on how big you want them to be, right? And I'll show you that in this demonstration, okay? Oh, we had a big debate last night. What do you call the layers on a pine cone?
What do you call
I don't know the answer, by the way, in case you'd like. I don't know. What do you call the layers on a pine cone?
It sounds like a joke, doesn't it?
Yeah. I honestly don't know.
They're not.
We
leaves,
looked it up last night, but then we didn't agree with what we found, and then people didn't agree with us on Facebook.
It's not leaves.
So when we googled it, it said leaves.
No, they're not leaves, are they?
No,
They're
so
too hard for leaves.
Yes, so we don't know is the bottom line.
Producer Johnny, can you have a look?
Right, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I've got some of the larger ones here, Ben. Go on.
Now I like that. They're called woody cone scales, apparently.
Woody cone scales.
It sounds like a failed actor, doesn't he? Woody cone scales.
Woody cone scales. Right. Hey. You got the giggle
That
on.
really tickled me, that has. Woody cone scales. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Woody cone scales.
Yay! Right, here we go. So, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to get these and I'm going to do that exact bubbling technique that we've just been doing with the thing. So, I'm going to bubble a lot of these.
Yes.
Everyone can watch me. You can start hitting me up with some of them questions.
All right, I'll hit you up with some questions and some lovely comments as well. Woody cone scale, no, he doesn't. Sara on Facebook says, that's really tickled with that. I love flower forming. I can't wait to receive my order and get making some. Jennifer on Facebook says, good morning from Kansas. Got it all and ready to enjoy the show. Now, one thing which is coming up quite a lot, so I think I can kind of tackle lots of people's questions in one go. I sort of touched on it here, but we'll get the official answer from Sara. So these dyes, we're obviously using them with the foam. What other materials can we make flowers out of with the dyes?
What other right? So, do you know what? I'm going to have to just own up to something here. The school's calling me, right?
Oh no!
I'm just going to press the button.
Come back to me.
When they can't get hold of me, they'll ring Simon.
Right? Are you sure?
You know what it'll be? Our Charlie have fallen over again.
Oh really?
Right? Yeah, he does it a lot. So I'm not being a bad parent. I'll have to tell them I was on air at the time, and they'll ring me husband when they can get me.
Well, if it rings again.
If it rings again, we know we'll start panicking.
Yeah,
it's all right. The secretary knows what I'm like, so she quite often then texts me and says, "We had to ring just because the accident book says we have to, but Charlie's just fallen over again." So I get it. I get the call at least once a week.
Yeah. Is he a bit clumsy?
He's more than a bit clumsy. My 3-year-old is. God love him. He came up with an absolute belter this morning. I'll have to tell you, it's not related to this. So we got up this morning, obviously, to the global news that has hit the headlines about Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump, yeah.
Right? Well, obviously, Trump rhymes with the word that the kids find absolutely hilarious.
Because Trump is, yes.
Yep. So, so our Charlie wanted to ring Nana Sue in the car on the way to school. And they really struggle with the fact that in England we have a prime minister, but in over in America they have a president. Yeah. So they're like, he's like, what's the difference? And they keep calling him the president of America. And I'm like, it's not the prime minister. They've obviously remembered that it's a little bit different to what they have here, but they can't remember how it's different.
Right.
So our Oliver rang me mum, said, Nana Sue, the headmaster of America, Donald Pump, has got coronavirus.
Donald Pump, the headmaster.
the headmaster of America, Donald Pump, has got coronavirus.
Oh, man.
Gotta love the kids. Gotta love the kids.
Kids say the funniest things, right?
They do indeed. Right, let's have a look. Now, I am going to get serious, right?
You never answered the question, by the way.
Oh, what was the question?
The question, but about 20 minutes ago, was... I can't even remember what it was myself now. Oh, no, I can. So, we're obviously using foam with the dyes.
Yes.
But what else can we cut?
Oh, great question. Funnily enough, yes. So we can, you can cut anything. Paper, cardstock, material. They
Felt.
would make fabulous material. Felt. Oh, do you know what would be wonderful? Vellum.
Oh,
They
yes.
do vellum lovely. Now, can you see what I've done here, right? I've just taken one of these little ones, one of the little 3 prongs. Watch what I'm going to do, because this is quite clever, okay? I'm going to take just one of these, what do you call these? Like a bit of wire, right?
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use can we have a little look? I'm just going to use one of these and I'm going to thread it over just like we did before, right?
So what's this one? Is this on the wire again, is it?
This is the wire, right?
okay,
And I'm
yep.
just going to put the wire onto the bottom of here, right? So here we go, just the wire onto the bottom of there. Then what I want to do, come on, you get turned round, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this through that little 3-pronged one. Hang on, it would have been so much easier, you know, Ben, if I'd just stuck with what I'd originally and had like a few of these in one. But I don't like to waste my stamens. We only get 800. We've got to be sparing with them, you know. Right. So you want that nice poker bit, right? And I've cut them level. So what I'm going to do is take that little 3-pronged one. And I'm going to poke just through this little 3-pronged one, right? And then I'm going to feed through that single stamen. Can you see? So I'm just feeding through the single one. And then with my glue gun, now this is where you're going to use your, not use your glue gun, you're going to use your other glue, right? What I'm doing is I'm just going to bring all of that together to make like a glued together little inside bit. Can you see? So there is our little tiny, can you see, we've got this little poker one. So now we've got a centerpiece for the middle of our big foam. Yeah, big foam for our big pine cone, right?
Pine cone, yeah.
Now, I've done quite a few pine cone pieces there, right? But I've actually got a load here. Because you need if you want to do, I'm going to show you a full-on big pine cone, right? And then a little bit later, we'll do small pine cones and have a go at both. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the small one. So let's here's a nice little one at the top. And then I'm going to come into some small ones like this. I'll pop a couple more small ones on here. Just adding more layers as we go. Then we'll come into some middle-sized ones. I've gone too big. Oh, look, I've got a different colour. Take one of them slightly larger ones off there. And then I'll load on a couple more of the medium, a couple more medium-sized ones in different colours. Right, go on, keep going on the question front.
Well, we'll do questions and we'll do the comments as well, because there's so many lovely comments. I mean, it's off the chart. By the way, 60% of the main collection has gone now. 60%.
What happened to 55, Ben?
Oh, 55
I thought you were keeping us right.
55 is so last year. I didn't get a chance to say 55 because it went by so quickly. You've got to get them. I'll remind you of the collection. In fact, it's there on the screen now. The winter flower foam, stamens and berries. Get more of the foam, get more of those berries. Add that into your basket, because I tell you what, you will not want to get to a point where you're like, oh, I want to make more foam flowers and you've run out. So get that whilst you can, because that's also flying out the door. Celia on YouTube says, good morning from Southern California. Ordered the fabulous fall colours and stamens last night. I cannot wait to make new flowers. Pam says, I've been waiting for this and ordered the bundle plus extra foam yesterday afternoon. Great shopping. We like to hear that. Elena on YouTube says, I've just put the flower foaming kit in my basket. Is the deer that's behind the wreath on your card available to purchase? Where's the deer?
Oh, I know which one she's talking about.
I want to add it to my order, she says.
Yes, it is. It is. Oh, I just have to, can you see, I've got that little poker bit through.
Yeah.
You've been watching what I was doing, right?
Amazing.
The deer.
Deer.
Is this one here?
Ah, yes.
Yes,
Where's
that
it
is
from?
indeed, that is our Silhouette Animals collection. Can you see it?
Okay.
Beautiful. Yes, so that's from our Silhouette Animals collection. Go and have a look on the website for it.
There you go, Elaine. So yeah, whack that in there. Darlene on Facebook says, I ordered the kit yesterday with extra foam. Leslie, I ordered the collection and an added bonus, I found my Rose Gold collection I lost a few weeks ago. Happy days. Carlene on Facebook says, is this collection Exactly the same that will be on HSN. Now, as I understand it, and Sarah will probably put me straight if I'm wrong, on HSN you'll be able to get these, but it's all in like sort of smaller bundles, right?
Right, so on HSN we have the starter kit bundle,
Yeah.
right? So the starter kit bundle is the little small one that doesn't have a few of the extra accessory pieces in. And then also it doesn't have like the autumnal colours of foam, it's just the Christmas. So they like us to keep the price points quite low. So that's at like, I think it's a $50, $60 price point. It's like a little starter kit.
Yeah.
Then they have the extra dies available as individual extras and also the extra foam. Now they are doing a bumper kit like this one, although it's only going to be on the website. So they will be, but I don't know. We aren't allowed to say any prices before the show because they always change their minds last minute. But it's 25% saving on the bundle like this, I can tell you. And also, obviously, you'll get your platinum or your gold or your silver discount. You'll get your points on this one. So, yes, it's going to be on HSN, but they have like the starter kit bundle. We have the everything bundle here because we know that those of you that watch Crafters TV are like our obsessive ones, okay? They've just told me how many people have ordered the bundle.
Yeah.
And it's what, 1:45.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's now looking potentially fairly unlikely that the stock will make the end of the show,
No,
but I'll still make it because all we've done is our amazing pine cone.
Yes.
And also the poinsettia.
Ah,
Do you want me to
yes.
quickly show you how to do the little mini pine cone in the same way?
Yes, please.
I'm going to show you that little technique for the top again because I absolutely loved it, right? So, here we go.
Just whilst you're looking for the bits and pieces, I've got to tell you, and as I say, I never like to panic you, but we are now approaching 2/3 of the stock gone. It's literally, I'm getting stock updates like every couple of minutes. We're that busy. I'm not surprised because I knew that you would love this, and the amount of people who kind of bought this before, I knew the show was going to be busy, but it's flying out of the door, all right? It really, really is busy. The main collection is huge. And loads of you are buying more of the foam, more of the berries as well to kind of top up your kit. So get in whilst you can. Please, please, please do not miss out on this collection because you're going to have so much fun with it. Right. Thank you for all the comments as well. We're going to get through those. I mean, I've never seen it so busy on my little tablet here. It's hot with comments and questions.
It's hot.
It is hot. Let's have a look at the mini pine cones though before we do more questions.
Right, so let me show you that technique again, okay? So we take the little tiny mini one.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is take that little tiny mini one, just heat it up on the edge there. Once it's quite hot, get it off. And then, let's have a look, we're going to bring it through into like a point. I'm using the back of my poker tool there just to form this little pointed bud. Then I've just put a couple of stamens onto the end of some wire. And I'm just going to twist all those ones together. So it becomes like one big, long, thin needle, right? So we've got like a nice pointed edge. So what you're going to do is, now this has had time to set, it's going to hold that shape even when we open it up. So you can open it up, poke it through, all right? And then I'm going to unpoke it, bring this through here, but then pop a little bit of glue onto the end of my stamens. So just be careful because obviously I'm working with hot glue so that we get the speed. However, what I want you to do is I want you to get plenty of glue on. I want you to do it with your 3D glue gel, but then you're going to leave that to dry. That is the little centerpiece that we need. And actually, I'm just going to open these up a little bit more, pop a little bit more glue because we don't need to see the stamens. We just need, basically, we just needed like a little round thing inside to hold all that together. So there's my little poker, goes in the middle, right? Now, have I got enough little ones? I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a couple more little ones. And again, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bubble some of them and I'm going to cup some of them the other way. So we get this all nice and bubbled, drop it off. But this time I'm going to send it the other way just to cup them a little bit like that. So we've got one going the other way. We've got some bubble ones and we're going to have some cuppy ones. So this is again, get it heated off, knock it off and there's the bubble. This is how quick and easy they are, Ben. I love, and the thing is, everyone's got an iron at home. I mean, I had to go and hunt mine down to see where it was. I found it with me quilt and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, we don't iron much in our house.
Do you know what? I'm the ironer in my household. It's the one
Is that
thing
right?
it's the one thing that I am actually allowed to do in our household that my wife agrees I do better than everyone else.
Wow.
I'm
impressed.
That is it, coming from Mrs. Mosby, because normally I don't do anything at all to her standards, but ironing is the one thing that I am the champion of. I am the Ironing King. I don't mind ironing either, actually. I know a lot of people find it quite a dull thing to do. I quite enjoy a Sunday afternoon iron.
Is that right?
I do.
Well, you have fun doing your Sunday afternoon iron.
I mean, the afternoons fly by in my house.
I prefer to do a bit of crafting.
Right.
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my couple of bits like this. I'm going to feed this off, and then I'm going to use that nice poker to go straight through the middle there. But we go through the middle and then get that top piece on the end, you see. And because I've had some going one way and the bottom one going the other way, we end up with this nice tiny little one. And then if I just pop a little bit of glue on there again, we're going to leave that to set. This one, the glue's already set. So we've got this nice, can you see, I've just loosened it all off. We've got a nice big pine cone. We've got, when the glue settles on these, here's your little ones, your little mini ones. How cute are the little mini ones?
They're really cute.
Yeah. Right, so we've got pine cones, we've got a poinsettia here. How about we do, I'll get ready and do Christmas rolls next.
Love that. Cindy saying, I love this set. I ordered the entire set, an extra set last night. Let's give you some more inspiration while I read some more of your comments, because I tell you what, we've got some amazing finished samples here in the studio, but actually take a look at some of the other beautiful things that you can make as well, from cards to home decor to gift ideas, to things for your Christmas table. Love the idea. We've got a beautiful cracker in here actually with a poinsettia decoration on it as well. Take a look at the beautiful ivy. And that's the other thing as well. You know, don't just think Christmas here. You've got some beautiful autumnal and fall colours for all of those cards. And again, using maybe foam that you've got at home, cardstock that you've got at home as well, you can make flowers for all sorts of different occasions and all sorts of different times of year as well. I mean, as I say, look at that. Imagine that on your Christmas table. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. And again, you've seen, haven't you, how easy it is to put these together once you've got the collections here with your stablings, which you get, with your foam, which you get all the dies to be able to cut this out. And then of course, yes, you're going to get your berries included in there too. I just absolutely love that. And then things like this, for example, I really, really love this for a little autumnal card, or like a, this is almost like a little picture, isn't it really? You've got your little leaves in there as well as a little shaker. It's absolutely beautiful. All those autumnal hues and colours, of course, you're going to get once again in your collection. And just to quickly show you another bit, well, there's a couple down here actually, which I love. Take a look at these, again, for pieces of home decor, gift ideas as well, maybe. I mean, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Just using all of the different flowers, building it up there with the foliage and the leaves, and you can see the pine cones on there as well. Really, really gorgeous. And this is the kind of thing that you can do as well. And also, my director is desperate for me to show you this. So let me just take this off. I've got a full-on fancy dress party back here. And also, what about, hang on a second, this? I mean, Sara, any comments?
You look incredible, Ben. I mean, like Prince Charming. Incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, we'll continue. I actually quite like wearing this. A lot of people say that it's an improvement. Oh, hang on a minute. Producer Johnny's told me to take it off because I need to be serious for a second. 3/4 of the stock has gone. Let's be serious here. This is going to sell out, all right? Do not miss out, okay? Do not miss out on this, because even if we can get this back in stock, I mean, when's it going to be here? You want to be getting this now in your basket, checking it out, and you want to be getting this back to your home ASAP so you can get crafting and get having fun with this. So if you're on the fence, if you're thinking, shall I, shan't I? If you're thinking, oh, maybe I'll just go and make a cup of tea and I'll come back later on and get it, it might not be here. We are actually at that point where I'm saying to you, in all seriousness, this might not be here come, I mean, we've got just over an hour left. We might not have enough for the show. So get it whilst you can. £66, $90. Take off your Club Inspired discount as well. Up to 20% if you're platinum. $52.80, or in the States, $72 Unbelievable. I'm aware that I've got over 60 comments that I've not read yet. So let's set Sara off again on another demo, because I know that's what you're watching for. And then once Sara is in the flow, we'll fire some more questions and comments her way. We're going to look at the Christmas rose, aren't we?
Yes, come on. I've already die cut the pieces out, just while you were chatting. I've made my stamens up. You've seen me do making stamens now and die cutting. So I've used the 3-pronged one. This is the Christmas rose shape. Watch what I'm going to do. I've just taken a bit of, it's a CG1 from my Illustrator pens, because I'm just going to put a little bit of colour into the middle of these. Can you see? The Illustrator pens or your tri-blend brush would be absolutely brilliant for this, because you just want that, you want the flicking technique, and you just want a little bit of shading in the middle. Tiniest little bit like this, okay? So little bits inside there, and any one of your light shades like this would be perfect, right? Then what I'm going to do, oh hang on, I've got some other little ones down here. Let's have a look. I use a slightly paler colour on these. I'll go over them a little bit more. Perfect. So we've got that lovely shading on. Once we've got the shading, oh God, I've stuck on the wrong way. You need to obviously do the brush strokes out. So don't try and be a little bit rushing it through like me here. Right, so got all the brush strokes ready. I'm going to do a couple of different sizes here, because I normally go large, medium, small. So I could do large, medium, so I could do 2 large ones, or I can go with 2 large and a medium, and I can go with a medium and 2 smalls and get 2 different sizes of flowers. And this is when, you know, someone was saying, how many flowers can you make out of a sheet? Depends on how many pieces you put in.
Exactly right.
Right. Different technique with this one. We're going to use our ruffler, which is free when you buy the tools, right?
Ah, yes. Details coming up now for you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just touch heat these. So just inject a little bit of heat so that the foam starts to change consistency, change the properties. Then we can mould it. Ready? So if I just get my foam down here ready, I'm just going to come on. I'm going to touch that in place and let it drop off. So it's just at a tiny little bit of heating. Then we're going to fold all these 3 on top of each other. We're going to just take the edges and give it a little bit of a ruffle like this, right?
Yeah.
Just the tiniest little bit. And then use our large foam, our large ball, just to reshape these back into shape.
80% of the stock gone.
What?
80% of the stock gone. Ogre. 80% of the stock gone.
Right, okay, panic. Right, here we go. So 1, 2, drop this one off now. 3 little bits, just fold them into a point. Little bit of a ruffle on the edge.
I love
not
that little
much.
finger tool.
Oh, isn't it good?
It's like a little finger toboggan.
Well, when I first learnt flower forming, it's before we'd invented this tool. And I cannot believe that people sit and twist them to get that shaping in with their hands. And it's like, oh my life, it just seems miserable. So this way, you don't have to do that. You can just put them, just gives you a little bit of a ruffle. So watch, I'll do it again. So a couple of little bits. Right, I'll keep ruffling all my flowers while you keep going with the questions. All
right, questions. What's the best way to get the foam or paper flowers in an envelope, says Lynn.
Right, so I would get myself the Envelobox Creator.
Yep.
And I would make inch deep envelopes.
Good.
An inch deep envelope is wonderful for nearly all of your foam flowers.
There you go, Lynn. Jennifer says the yellow stamens will be great for the daisies. I was dunking the white ones in yellow sparkle ink.
Perfect.
Peggy Hall says, will there be more colours coming out later on?
Of the foam?
It doesn't say, but I assume so.
Of the foam. If there's anything, you let me know what you want.
Okay.
Okay, you let me know what you want.
Lots of comments about the pine cones. Loads of people say the pine cones are amazing. Cindy saying, I love the flower on your vest, Ben. Yeah, again, just goes to show this is not just for card making. Cindy says, I'll be getting out my flower dies today to make other flowers. I'm hooked. Sara, you help make us all so crafty.
Yes. You just need the right tools.
Yeah, you do.
You just need the right tools. Like, for example, this foam is so much better than all other foams I've ever tried for this technique. And then it's so much better for you to be able to, like, you know, do these techniques with this because it's so much easier. And it's the same, having the right tools just allow you to do it perfectly.
Kathy says, a stupid question. There are no stupid questions here, Kathy. You know that. Can you colour the tips of the petals with sparkle pens or would it peel off?
No, you can absolutely do it with sparkle pens. I find that alcohol pens are the best. So that's why I've been using like my Illustrator pen here. However, any type of pen's fine, but permanent pens are a little bit better.
Mad says, amazing bundle. I love the foam flowers. Sharon on YouTube says, Ben looking hot.
Wow.
I don't know whether that was referring to the fact when I said earlier on the radiator was on. That's why.
That's it.
I tell you what, it was hot. Vicky saying, I love the reindeer antlers. They would be fab for the Christmas table. Well, Jar Main on Facebook says, Sara, you have to demo that headpiece. I think that is referring to the reindeer antlers. I mean, I can put it on again if you want, because if that's such a fan favourite. Or do you want to start? Well, I suppose we can't though now, can we? Because I've had it on. You can't wear it now because I'll have to sanitise it and stuff. So maybe I'll just model it.
You'll just have to model for us.
But that's the point, though, isn't it? There's so many different things you can use these sets for cards, for home decor, for the Christmas table, for antlers. I mean, possibilities are endless, right?
Absolutely, and you look so good in them.
Thank you. Right. What else have we got going on here? There's so much. Love the new foam flowers, says Marsha. Christine on Facebook says the most common name for a part of a pine cone is seed scale. Is that what we said? I can't remember what it was now.
We said woody cone scale.
Woody cone scale. Sorry.
Yeah. Sounds a little bit more eloquent than what we said. Right.
Mariah, Christine says seed scale, woody seed scale, and woody, what did we say? Woody what? Woody cone scale. So I don't know why that tickles me so much.
Would you like me to take over, Ben?
It just makes me laugh. I can just imagine like a really bad comedian coming on stage. It's like a slightly blue comedian. Woody cone scale. I'm sorry, and Mariah on Facebook has said, hold the presses. Can you make flowers from vellum?
Yes, flowers from vellum, Mariah, would look absolutely brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant. So I would definitely recommend doing that. Right, I've got my flowers made.
Good.
Have we got time for me to do a bit of foliage?
Do it.
Right, yes. Do it. Okay, so there's those. I do love those. They just look really elegant, don't they? And the thing is, this is with them opened up a little bit. These ones, don't you go on the floor. These ones here that I've done as well, I use them upside down so they go into more of a cup shape. So you've got some closed ones, some open ones, and you can see you get the different sizes. But all I'm doing is using 2 or 3 of the little ones at a time. So we've got loads of the Christmas roses ready. We've got a couple of our pine cones. We've got a poinsettia. So to add it all together, we need some foliage.
Yep.
And in your pack, you get 2 different shades of green. This, you know, the one that I used for the pine cone. We have a fabulous set of dies, which is your. Come on, where are you? There you go, right at the bottom here. Look at the detail on these, right? So you've got all of these within your foliage dies, and these ones here are in particular the ivy ones, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in here, and I'm going to cut a couple of those lovely ivies out. Just
to say, details on your screen now for the foliage dies, because the way it's going, you might only be able to get these in a minute because the main bundle is flying. There you go, $7.99 or $9.95 for those. Again, use your Club Inspired discounts there. If you're platinum, another 20% off that. I will in just a bit. I'm not going to do it just now, but Shannon has asked, I came in late, what is in the mega bundle? I will go through that for you when we've just seen this next demo from Sara. What I will say to you, the mega bundle is flying out of the door. I think over 80% of the stock has gone now, so go quickly if you want to go for that. Because it is absolutely flying. And look at these leaves, just amazing. The detail that you've got there is stunning.
Well, you've got all that embossing detail on them.
Yeah.
Now, are you ready to have your mind blown a little bit with this, Ben?
Always.
Right, so in the same way that we formed all of the flower petals, we can go and do the leaves as well. So what I'm going to do is bring this in, and I'm just going to hold, so I'm going to do half at a time, right? Just holding it over the side of the iron and then letting it bubble. Can you see how half of it's bubbled and half of it's still flat? So this very flat side now, I'm going to put up against the iron, and we're now going to shape that half as well. Doesn't that look amazing? So I'm going to do the same with one of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Just holding it over and it completely shapes. Do the same here. hold it over, completely shape that round, and we get some really beautifully
Love it.
shaped little ivy leaves. And you just still get those lovely vines running right through the middle of the veins. Sorry, not vines. And obviously you can, if you want, you can go and colour tint these. You can, I put the pen on. You could draw over the veins with a little bit of pen there as well. Anything you want, no problem. Now, got a few shaped ones. Should we make a project, right?
Yeah.
Because what I've done, hang on.
Hang on a minute. Before you do, I need to tell you still about 55 minutes remaining on the show, the main bundle is now limited stock. Can you believe it? Well, yes, actually I can. I can believe that this is limited because it is such a fantastic bundle. Get it whilst you can. See, I wasn't telling Porkies if you were thinking, oh, he's just getting overexcited. No. It is now limited. So get it now whilst you can, because you do run the risk of missing out on this. £66, $90. Take your Platinum Club Inspired 20% discount off that as well. It's $52.80. It's $72. I mean, seriously, what a steal this is. Get this now whilst you can. Get more of the foam in your basket as well. The best to do with that, of course, is the deal where you get all of the foam and you get more of the stamens and the berries included too, because you're gonna go through them. And I know so many of you have ordered too. Katrina has ordered. Jody from South Dakota has ordered. Well done, Jody. Charlotte on YouTube says, just placed my order as well. Can't wait to get it in play. And just to kind of give you a flavour of the excitement out there, Sarah Brown on Facebook, I'll read this exactly as it's written. OMG, I have exciting news, lol. My order of this collection is on pre-order and coming to Melbourne, Australia.
Yes!
Wait there, and it goes on to say, woo!
Someone's excited.
Yeah.
Someone's as excited as we are. Right, I'm going to decorate the lid of a box.
Yes.
Now, I know it doesn't seem like I've got an awful lot done in this show if we're just going to get one lid of a box done in the first half of the show. However, we've learned poinsettias, we've learned the Christmas roses, we've learned how to do the little pine cones. So I've got a couple of each of everything, okay? So I'm going to show you how we put it all together. So first thing I'm going to start off with, right, is I got this from the florist, right? And I don't quite know what you call it, but I just think it looks really nice. Oh. So I'm quite liking this at the moment. So I'm going to stick a bit of this down. Now I'm going to get my glue gun out.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll move my iron out the way and move my glue gun holder in so that I've got my glue gun here ready. So I'm just going to stick a couple of the bits of this down with my glue gun to kind of get us started. Now this is where I kind of go into my own, I have like a colouring comber, Ben.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have the same with a flower form and a bit of a comber as well.
Well, I've got a question for you whilst you're doing that.
Oh, go on.
Cindy says, I don't know if this is a joke, this is like a punchline to it. How many layers make a good pine cone?
Oh, no, it's a good question. Right, here is a 15 to 20 layer pine cone.
Right.
Here's a 6 layer.
Right.
So it depends on how big of a pine cone you want.
All right.
Pretty much.
15, right, okay. Well,
Right.
I think the 15 one was good.
This, I think, is going to look a bit too big on this project. The box is a bit too small.
Yeah.
It was just to show you how to do it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off and we're going to get some lovely, let's get these popped around the corner. So I'm going to get some of my, what are these called again? Ivy leaves.
Ivy leaves.
Ivy leaves, right? So I'll get some ivy leaves round the bottom. I like to use a lot of foliage as a nice base, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's just, they cover a lot of area, right? And then look what I like to do. I do always use, can you see the, oh, don't you stick down there. Just because the glue's hot, you shouldn't really touch it. You're going to use your 3D glue gel and not be under the same speed pressures that I am, right? So let's have a look. I think I might have one. No, I quite like that going that way as well. Right, so got a few little bits in there to go on with my hot glue.
Right.
And then we can start putting our flowers in. So what you do is when you get to this stage, right, and your glue's dried on the back, you just trim off that so that you're left with just that flower. So I'm going to put my big poinsettia right in the middle there. And we'll pop that down first of all, right? And then what we're going to do is, I've got like, I've done another one Can you see where that was bubbled?
Yeah.
This one, I did it upside down. So I made this cupped. I'll show you how to do this again later. I'll do all of them. I'll go back to poinsettias after this, but I did a cupped one as well. So we just stuck them on the other way, and I used a different colour stamen in the middle. Just get a completely different look, right? So there is my second poinsettia in there. And then watch what we can do, you see. We can go on, well, this will feed into here. And it's just a case now of trial and error, getting everything in where you want it. Can you see a little pine cone in there? Yes, that's all. Now, I've got a bit of a gap here. You know what's absolutely brilliant for the gaps? These berries. Right?
Yeah, we talked really about the berries.
So these berries are brilliant. So what I'm going to do is just take these out, and you just need a couple, and so you can just cut off individual berries. Can you see? So if you just take the berry that you need, and then if we want to stick a little berry in there, again, all I'm going to do, a little bit of hot glue on the end, or your glue jar, just pop that. Look at that, how that's filled that space beautifully well.
Lovely.
Yep.
Yes.
Right, now, Christmas rose. Let's have my Christmas rose in. So I'm going to keep a little bit of that poker edge. And I'm just going to feed this out. This is the bit that I love. So actually, well, marketing, I love all of it. I love making the flowers, and then I love it when the final project starts to come together like this.
And like you say, it's not, you don't have to be that precise with things, do you really? It's just kind of where you fancy, a little bit of improvisation, building your bouquets.
Bouquets. Imagine if someone was doing like a wedding bouquet with this.
Ah, yes.
Oh, hello, that would look fabulous.
Bouquet, yes.
Right, here we go. Another little bit on here. Right, I'm just going to feed all of these into here then, Ben, and just finish this off and make it look gorgeous.
Still loads of love coming in. The pine cone is the big winner today. Everybody loving the pine cone. Katie saying, geez, that pine cone is so cute. Booper on YouTube says, lol. Basically, Sara has her own shopping channel. I would rather shop here instead of anywhere else. Die hard CC fan, just saying. Well, thank you, Booper, for that.
Love it.
Tommy Ann on Facebook says, I've been watching the website, waiting for this bundle. Ordered the bundle and extras of everything. And Kathy, I think this is referring back to the little demo that you were doing earlier. Where did you get that foam pad you're using? I think you're referring to the distress tool set, I think.
Yes, that is it. That is all in the set.
Yes.
Oh, this. I'm honestly, Ben. You thought I was excited at the start of the show. I'm just getting myself worked up into a right little frenzy of excitement here because I'm just. That's it. Right. Walk away from it, Sara.
Walk away from the box.
Perfect. Can you have a nice little look? We only need to do Sara Zoom because it looks so spectacular.
Love it.
I am absolutely, it's those little pine cones I'm thrilled with. That's the little one, you know, where I did the little point right in the centre that I showed you. I'll teach you that technique again later. We're only halfway into the show. You're absolutely fine. I told you even if we sell out the stock, I'm still going to be here. I'm gonna come back again, show you the poinsettia. Or we'll do the poinsettia in the other colours. And then I'll show you how to do that pine cone top again. We'll make some little mini pine cones. I have got a mess though, Ben.
Yeah.
So give us a couple of minutes.
All right. I'll tell you what. A few more comments from me. Then we'll do some pictures, and then I'll just recap on the bundle as well because a few people have been asking. Robin on Facebook says, "Good morning. Late to the show. Ordered the whole set yesterday plus 2 each of extra foam, and today I ordered the set with the foam and the stamens. Lol." Leslie on Facebook says, "I'm ironing now whilst watching. Would rather be heating foam." Well, I mean, maybe that's what you can do after the ironing. And Jennifer on Facebook says, "I like to collect pine cones from various places, and I have them on a table on my back porch. They close up when they get wet and then open up when they dry, and I enjoy watching them go back and forth in shape. Now they will be quite inspirational for these foam pine cones." And Ro on Facebook says, "These small flowers would make adorable napkin rings or wine glass charms." Darlene on YouTube says, "I won this set yesterday. Super excited to receive them and try
fabulous.
it." That was on the HSN preview show, I assume. So well done. Now listen, loads more comments coming in. We will have a look at those in just a second. I believe there's some pictures coming in too. So let us have a look at some of the flowers that you've been making. So these are some of the previous collections as well. Absolutely beautiful. We love it when you send in your pictures. So Michelle has sent in a couple here with the beautiful flowers. Particularly love that birthday card as well. 90. Wow. Absolutely love it. Oh, take a look at this. Karen has been getting busy. That's a poinsettia, isn't it? Absolutely it is. With the beautiful foliage in the background there as well. That is stunning. And then take a look at Pam's card coming up here. Wow, this is gorgeous. Again, using foam from previous collections, but just showing you how easy it is to get crafting with these collections. Now, a few people have been asking about what you get in the bundle. Shannon was asking a few moments ago, what is in that mega bundle? Well, let me take you all through it again, because we're so busy for this. Remember, over 80% of the stock has gone. Oh, it's limited, in fact, isn't it? Yeah, we did that. Keep up, Ben. You're doing the stock updates, and even you're not keeping up with them. Limited, of course, means 10% of the stock left. So go quickly, friends. Right. Let me run you through the boards again so you know exactly what you're getting. So you're getting a whole set of dies. This first set is your dies to make your poinsettias, okay? And you're getting the 5 different sizes of dies. Great for all the different projects. Great for building up the layers for all of the flowers to give you that realistic feel as well. As we saw on that last project there with Sara just a few moments ago, you're also going to get your Christmas roses. Again, just beautiful. We give you the foam within this collection. But of course, you know, if you've got more foam at home, you can use that. If you've got card, you can use that. If you've got paper, you can use that. Felt, material, tissue, whatever it might be, you've got the ability to use that with these dies. So 5 of the Christmas rose. Now, next, I think, has been your favourite. Loads of people commenting on the pine cone. Just absolutely gorgeous. Again, you've got all of the different sizes to build up your flowers and that pine cone as well, which is just amazing. Then we've also got your holly and your ivy. Again, this is all about giving you so much, you know, kind of, I suppose, creativity with this and crafty fun. You've got all the detail in those beautiful ivy leaves. There's your holly as well. Again, lots of different sizes to be able to build these up for your wreaths, for your cards, for your Christmas decorations maybe as well, for your table settings. Then, of course, we're going to give you even more just to make these creations stand out with the foliage. You need that too with these beautiful ferns. Again, lots of different sizes just to kind of, you know, build up your projects, just to really help them stand out. And then, of course, you've got those autumnal leaves included in there as well. Now, that is not the end of the bundle, far from it, because you're also going to get, put that the right way up, Ben, there we go. You're also going to get a whole lot more. Now, as well as all of those dies, 37 of them in total, you're going to get all of your foam. So we're giving you what we're calling your holiday hues and your autumn hues. So your holiday hues, kind of more like your sort of Christmas colours, the reds and the greens in there, which you'll need obviously to make those beautiful poinsettias. Then you've got your autumn hues as well, beautiful for your pine cones, of course, as well. 12 sheets of each within that collection. Now, as well as that, if that wasn't good enough, look at this price and you're thinking, I'm getting more? Yes, you are. We're going to give you all of those stamens, of course, as well. So you're getting 800 of the stamens in the different colours. You've got the holiday hues again. You've got the autumn colours in there too. So plenty of those to be going on with. And then these berries as well, which are absolutely gorgeous. Those are all included within this collection. 48 berries, 800 stamens in total in the 2 different colours. And as well as that, you're going to want something to be able to put these all together with. We're chucking in, because we're nice like that, your 3D glue. That is your mega bundle. Now, it is an unbelievable deal. You're saving over 25% off the price of what it should be. It's £66 or $90. Take off your extra 20% if you're a platinum member. That's $52.80. That is $72, I should say. Phenomenal. And I think that is why people are going, well, do you know what? I'm going to be using this a lot. I want some more of the consumables. You can do that as well. That's what we recommend that you do, because you don't want to run out. You can go and add this into your cart as well, into your basket, the foam, and of course more of the stamens, more of those berries as well. £28 or $39, you're saving 10% already. Save an extra 20% if you're a platinum member. That would come down to $22.40 for our UK viewers, or $31.20 if you're watching in the States. So again, just so many reasons to get these in your baskets. And of course, you're thinking about crafting with these now, between now and Christmas time, with all of the other different maybe you know, foam and cardstock and papers that you've got within your collection. You can make flowers all year round. And actually, if you're thinking specifically of this being an autumnal and Christmas collection, well, you'll be using it year after year after year after year when you think of some of the beautiful things that you can make. Wow. More comments and questions to come. We've got so much more to show you. It's one of those shows again. I mean, stock's probably going to run out, but I feel like we could do 3-4 hours on this. There's so much to show, isn't there?
I'm not going anywhere. Even if every single piece sells out, I've got loads more to show you. I've been reading a couple of the questions on Facebook. So, some brilliant ideas. Someone asked, how many layers of foam can you cut through with the Mini? I cut 4. You can cut more, but then you squash it a bit too much and it's a pain to pull apart. 4's brilliant. Someone was saying they love the Sharon Callis pine cone. So those, if you're watching in the US, we previewed the Sharon Callis stuff that Craig's going to be launching next week. She has a rolled flower pine cone. You thought that was awesome already. Do that in some of the foam. Oh yes, you can cut her dyes with this brand new coloured foam and then heat that. You've seen me do the rolled paper flowers and heat them. Will look even more incredible again. So it's brilliant if you want the little pine cones. I'm going to get back into the demonstrations. I feel like I've got loads more to show you. I'm going to do a Christmas poinsettia with the autumnal colours.
Ooh, lovely.
Right, come on, let's have a look, right? I'm going to get a piece of the orange foam out. So we're going to do orange foam and I'm going to get the poinsettia die again. I know I'm like a one-trick pony, but it's a completely different poinsettia technique. There's the poinsettia that we did with the other foam. I'm going to get a different technique and a different look with this. So first thing you're going to do, Ben, is you're going to fold over 4 layers. Now, can I just point out, if you were going for extras of the foam, right? So if you were thinking, oh, I'm going to do loads of poinsettias, so I'll get the extras in the... I'm just going to use the 2, I think I'll just use the 2 large ones. You're thinking you were going to get just the Christmas foam as an extra.
Yeah.
I want you to get the set that's got the Christmas foam and the autumnal foam, because the autumnal foam also has in this, which works for your poinsettias, and on top of that you are getting the pine cone colours. So they're 2 shades that, trust me, you are going to use so much.
Or you could do as Tessie on YouTube has said, and said rather than order the bundle and extra foam, decided to go for 2 bundles. Twice the dyes, half the time, flowers for everyone.
Do you know that is not a bad idea? Because look at me now. I've gone through once, but then I'm going to be going through, cutting another couple of layers right now, and I could have got twice the amount done at once. That is someone who is properly committed to foam flower forming.
Yeah.
That's someone who loves what she's doing. I'm going to show you how you use that extra little bit of foam, by the way, that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get some of these large ones cut. I'm going to get some more of the smaller ones cut as well. Waste not, want not on the foam. I think I was telling you before, I've literally been all over the world teaching foam flower classes. It is one of the most popular classes that I teach. Obviously we can't travel at the moment because of the coronavirus, as our Charlie calls it, coronavirus. Oh, I've heard from the school, by the way.
Oh, what
they
happened?
emailed when they couldn't get hold of us. They said, Mrs. Davies, don't want to worry you, but it's Oliver that's bumped his head today. And she said, he's absolutely fine. We just have to let you know legally. So, yes. So to my point, I told you it would be nothing to worry about. I just didn't want you all thinking I was a bad parent. That wasn't. I'm like, oh, the school's ringing. How inconvenient. Let's crack on and make another flower. You know, it just wasn't the best parent look I was going
the
for.
The children
there.
can wait. I'm busy, don't you know? Will he be playing on that now for the weekend? Is he the kind of kid
no, he'll have forgot by the time he gets in from
really?
school. Yes. Yeah. Oh, honestly, we have it all the time. Our Oliver's not usually too bad. Our Charlie's the clumsiest kid ever. Right, are you ready? So this was where I cut through 2 layers and used up. So look, I mean, we're getting hardly any waste. So 2 layers of this. This has got 4 layers in, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour tint them, Ben.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, colour tinting is absolutely awesome, and it looks brilliant when you use really deep colours, and then we do the ruffling technique, which I'm also about to show you. Have you seen me do the ruffling technique flower form before? I don't think you have, unless you've been spying on me when I haven't known you have.
No, I don't think so. This is my first flower forming show with you. So unless you've done it today and I've missed it, then...
No, I just know I would sometimes, before you started here, it would come up and Ben Mosby is watching your show.
Oh, does it? Really?
Oh, I would say...
you can tell when I'm having a little peek.
Because we're friends on Facebook.
Oh.
So you see all of your other friends who are watching it with you at the same time, you see.
Oh, well, I did not know
So because
that.
you're my friend, Ben, Ben.
Yeah, we are friends.
Oh, yes, it's like Big Brother is watching.
Wow. Well, I did not know that.
The boss to be, as it was, is watching me. Right, can you see how authentic these look now?
Yeah.
With a little bit of that ink on the edge. So I'm using the Bordeaux. So it's like a really, really deep red. Oh, should we try some with a different shade as well to see what they look like different, right? So there's some with Bordeaux. I've got some Chinese red here as well. So we can try a little bit with a Chinese red and see how that looks.
Can you use lots of other mediums then to colour these in? On
Oh,
your phone?
absolutely,
Yeah?
yes. So you saw me colouring on top with the Spectrum Noir pens. This is with the water reactive ink pads. Your Tim Holtz distress ink pads would colour these lovely as well if you've got other different types of ink pads. I wouldn't use a pigment ink pad. So those are the ones that you do your embossing with or your really clear stamping.
Yep.
But anything that's designed for like inking techniques and colours or whatever, this would be absolutely brilliant with.
Just a quick question whilst we're looking at petals and flowers. Ebony says, I always end up with petals that are folded on themselves at the end. What am I doing wrong?
Yes, so what you're doing is, as soon as you finish heating them on the iron, you need to take them off and position them. That's why we put this foam in.
Yeah.
So you're going to position them on that foam while they're cooling, right? That's the trick. While they're cooling, get them positioned. Right, now, I'm being a bit lazy here, Ben.
Okay.
I'm only colour tinting the tops of them. What you should do, really, is do the underneath as well. But, do you know what? I don't think anyone's going to notice.
Nah.
So, just for speed, to get these through, and I'm going to teach you the ruffling technique that I was talking about, right? So, you need your iron back up. And it's the same technique as what we did with the, when we did the Christmas roses, but we're going to ruffle it more. So here we go. Right, so I'm going to start. Oh, I love the mix from the dark Bordeaux to the lighter Chinese red. Ooh, it's quite subtle there, but remember the colour's going to intensify as you're on here, all right? So, are you ready? We're going to go on here, 1, 2, and off. Then once we're off, you're going to fold in all of these petals into each other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. Fold them all together to a point.
Yep.
And then get your ruffler and go and ruffle those edges. Can you see one's dropped out there? Don't worry. You're going to ruffle all the edges like that. Then, now it's all right like this, or if you want to open it up a little bit, you just round off all those inner bits of the petal so that you get a nice rounded, a genuine poinsettia shape. But then you also get that little bit of a frill on the edge. Just like, I always remember my grandma, she used to love it. She, all the way through December, she'd be like, are the poinsettias on sale yet, pet? Have they got the poinsettias in yet, pet? And as soon as they did, she wanted in. And poinsettias always make me think of my grandma. Aww. And they've got that lovely, like, ruffled edge to the petals. And I just love them. They just say Christmas for me.
Lots of people loving watching you. Cindy saying, beautiful, Sara. You make it all look so very easy.
It is easy when you've got the right tools.
Yeah. Lots of people as well asking about a Crafter's Companion crafting iron. Do we have one of those?
No, this is just a cheap one that we that
we people got. Are saying we need one. We need to have one apparently.
Well, do you know? So the reason I just wouldn't have done something like this, right? So if I was to make an iron, right, and in fact, to be honest, I wouldn't need to make an iron. I'd just go to an iron company and buy their iron off the shelf, right?
Yeah.
And then bring them in. Well, because I'd only be selling a few hundred and not millions of irons like the big iron companies, I wouldn't be able to do them anywhere near as good a price as what the iron companies would. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I paid $7.99 for this iron, this one here. Yeah. That's like $10 for those of you watching in America. So and I probably couldn't buy an iron for $10 to then sell to you. Yeah. So you might as well just go. All you need is a little cheap iron.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Joanne said, ordered the collection, so excited to get it and have a play. Fabulous show, Sara and Ben. Oh, and Noreen on Facebook, you know you did the last demo with the little box and you had that fluffy stuff on top and you didn't know what it was called. Noreen used to be a florist and she says, Ben, tell Sara that fluffy fibre is called Excelsior.
Excelsior! Oh, Excelsior! It does sound grand, doesn't it? Wow, I had no idea that was called Excelsior.
Well, now you know.
I've just got a little pile of stuff that I buy. Every time I go to the florist, I pick up any little bits that look like they're going to work really well with me flower forming.
Give me some of your finest Excelsior.
Excelsior, please. Yes.
Clarice says, okay, Ben, you've taught me into it. Ordered the bundle and the extra foam. Yes, Clarice, good work. Oh, another thing very quick, because I know you've been using that some wire quite a lot. Katie on Facebook says, where do you get the wire from?
So I also picked that one up at my local florist. But then jewellery making wire is brilliant as well. If you're going into a shop to specifically buy wire just for this, I would say if you're buying different gauges of wire, ask for a 28 gauge. 28 gauge is just a lovely thickness, is my little top tip on that.
All right. So many lovely comments about the show. Mariah says, this is definitely a class to re-watch. Love all the different flowers and goodies. Stephanie on Facebook, I still have some of my Sara signature poinsettia set. This is going to play nicely with it.
Oh, yes. And do you know what? You're going to have those gorgeous papers and the dies that it's going to give you the nice little pieces that go with it and finish it off. Oh, anything vintage, I think, with this collection is going to look fabulous.
A round of applause for Norma on Facebook, who said, I have just made platinum with this collection.
Yes, that's what we love to hear.
Back of the net.
As ridiculous as it sounds to me, I love hearing you guys getting everything from me cheaper. So, no, I love it though, because it's rewarding loyalty, isn't it? That's what it is. And it's nice that you can get like this kit with 25% off and then another 20% off.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
love
thrilled for you.
Sarah on Facebook says, Sara, thanks for sharing all your ideas and inspiration that you give us. Deborah says, I'm so excited about getting this kit. I'd rather buy from CC any day than any place else. Thank you, Sara, for all that you do. And Regina on YouTube says, stop it. I love, in capitals, everything. I have spent entirely too much money. There you go. Sorry, Regina. We can only apologise for bringing you all of these brilliant bits and pieces.
I am not sorry one little bit, because I know how much enjoyment you're going to get. I mean, honestly, I'm in my own little world here. I'm loving listening to you. Oh, you could be sat with Crafters TV in the corner listening to me and Ben Witter on one day.
Yeah.
Sitting making all your own flowers.
Love it.
Come and have a little look at this, right?
Yeah, come on then.
What started off life, I haven't got quite the right size one. Have I got another one cut out? Yeah. So what started off life like this, right? Then went to this with a little bit of colouring on the edge. Then when we adjust it, goes to that. That is the 3-part transition. This is what we want. This is how they look in nature. This is what you would get if you use them with any other type of regular foam or card or paper or whatever. This is the jackpot. Now, I'm going to should I show you again the stamens for anybody who missed all of that, right? So, centre of the poinsettias, I'm thinking actually I'm going to go with one of the nice brownie shades of the stamens, right? So just unwind them. Get yourself a little bunch out. And when I say a little bunch, I find about, maybe even a few more, 6 or 7, I would say. Nice number to go with. And if you're being organised, you see, you can just wrap them back up there when you're not using that. So there we go. Get them wrapped up nicely. 6 or 7 little stamens, but get them all straight and lined up like this at the edge, right? So that they're all even like that. Oh, there's an extra one. Might as well pop you in. Don't want to leave you out, mate. Right, here we go. Then, get a little bit of the wire. So, like I said, this is just Oasis floristry wire. Picked it up from the local florist. You're going to take this and we're going to wrap it around the middle. So, I fold the stamens over and then fold the wire over so that you've got like a little bunch. Make sure it is exactly in the middle. There you go. A little bunch of stamens, all the same height. And then I just wrap the stamens, just like twist them. Twist the stamens around in your fingers and it just twists that wire into like so it's double thickness then. So it becomes a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And then when we cut it off, it's like, so you've still got another half of that piece of wire I can use a little bit later. You've got this nice pointed edge. So watch what we're going to do. We've got our stamens, but I'm going to get all the pieces of the flower up on here and I'm going to use my pokey tool. So I'm going into the smallest one, right in the middle. And that's what's brilliant about all these dies is we leave you a nice big open space in the middle because they're designed to be flower forming dies. And then we're going to come to the bigger one, bigger one, bigger one. I'm just twisting them as we're going round and just picking that up. And I personally love it with 6 layers on a flower. I think it looks really authentic. Yes. Do you know, it's such a big sense of achievement, Ben. They're just wonderful. Now, you can either feed that back off again or you can thread it right through like a, like a needle. I'm actually just going to pip that off and then pull these through. So I've got my poinsettia, but this time I've got my poinsettia in the lovely kind of wintry shades. So look at the difference. Same poinsettia dye, 2 different ways we put them together, and we've got 2 completely different looks of poinsettias and flowers. I love that one though, isn't that gorgeous?
Absolutely. Isn't it brilliant to see how these come together so quickly, so easily as well with this bundle, with this collection? It's so simple for you to do. It really, really is. More of your comments and suggestions to come as well. And we'll take a look at some more finished samples. We'll take a look at some more demonstrations too. But just to kind of whet your appetite further, I know so many of you who are watching right now have already got this collection. You've got it in your cart and checked it out, and it is now on its way to you. Let's show you a little video now, which will give you more inspiration of some of the things that you'll be able to make. Getting excited, I know you are, because you're going to be using these very, very soon when the postman arrives with all your goodies. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be amazing. Loads of great suggestions coming in. And on Facebook says, if you made a whole bunch of layers of these colours, I bet you could make a chrysanthemum. That's the thing, I think, you know, if you use different colours, you know, you can make lots of different flowers, tulips maybe as well. Great idea from Susan on Facebook, who says you could use the waste as a stencil for a lovely background as well. All good ideas. Shirley on YouTube says, fabulous demo, Sara. Love the flower foam. I've ordered the winter foam stamens and the berries. Melinda says, I love the autumnal colours, so rich and pretty. And Sarah Brown on Facebook, loving these demos. I have the ball tools and the petal ruffle board with the finger toboggan, as Ben said. It's like, isn't it? It is. It's a finger toboggan.
It's a good word. It's a good word, Ben.
And Shannon says, so happy to see, Sara, that you've made red flower foam and now the fall colours as well. And I tell you what, we mentioned a few moments ago that one of our lovely viewers had reached platinum by buying this. Tommy on Facebook says, after this purchase, or Tommy Ann says, after this purchase, I've reached 5.5 times platinum.
Wow.
5.5 times platinum.
Yeah. That's what people do now, you see, because obviously 1,500 points gets you to platinum, so people just counting how many times platinum they are. Because actually what happens is, once you hit platinum for the year, any points you collect after that stay on your account. So when you get to January, you reset back to 0 so that you can start collecting for the next year. But if you're at platinum, anything over that 1,500, because that's the maximum you can achieve, rolls into next year. So she would be like 5-year platinum.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
Hey, high five that. Right. First time I've done that. Didn't really work, did it? So this is the main collection. £66, $90. If you're platinum or 5 times platinum like Tommy Ann, that comes down to $52.80 or $72. Let me tell you, I can't believe how busy we've been. I said to you we were limited stock a few moments ago. We now have 5% of the stock remaining.
I'm still here doing the demos. Even if it's all sold out in the next 25 minutes, I'm still finishing my demos.
She's going to finish what she started. 5% left. Yeah, why was that all pirated then? She'll be here. So go for this collection whilst it's still here, because it's going to sell out. Whether it sells out by 3 o'clock or sells out just after, it is going to sell out. So don't wait. If you want to get it, don't, go off and have your breakfast or go and make a cup of tea or whatever. Get it now, and then you're sure that you've got it and it's going to be delivered to you. Whilst you're going for this too, lots of other people are going for the smaller collection. Savvy shopping, if you ask me, because you've got your consumables here. These are the kind of things that you're going to run out of. And let's be honest, once you start using the foam, once you start using the stamens and the berries, You're going to get so addicted to this. You're going to have so much fun with this. You're going to want to come back to it time and time again. So stock up your baskets with your foam. You've got the autumn hues and the holiday hues in there as well. 800 more stamens with the 2 different colours for the 2 different hues again, and those berries. Yes, of course, you can use these dyes, with your cardstock and your paper and your felt and all these other things. But for me, it's the foam that you're going to have the most fun with, and that's where you get the real realistic finish on these. So don't miss out. Get more whilst you can. £28 or $39 again with your platinum discount. $22.40 here in the UK, or $31.20 for our US viewers. Definitely worth going for. And again, lots of people talking about the tool collection, because this is really, really handy. It may well be that you've already got these tools, but if you haven't, definitely worth popping into your basket, because it's going to make life a lot easier for you. The moulding ball tools, you're going to get those 3, of course, in the set. And you're also then going to get your pedal distress tool, or the finger toboggan as I've called it, in there too, and that is coming to you for free. So that's another great deal. $14.99 or $19.95, 30% off, plus 20 more if you're a platinum member. And also, you've seen this in action a lot through the show as well. Really, really great tool. Mini, but certainly mighty, the Gemini Mini. This is the manual die cutting machine. Great for use with these dies, and of course, as I've said, it's a little mini die cutting machine, but you can fit so many of your dies through there. Great as a kind of little, I suppose, portable die cutting machine. Great as well if you've got maybe a bigger one and you just sometimes don't need to use that when you've got something like this. Very, very handy indeed. And actually, if you go for this today as well, you are going to get an extra 50 Club Inspire points as well. So $29.99 or $44.95 if you're in the US. Also worth adding these into your basket as well. You won't need these initially, because you'll get some obviously with your machine, but useful to have for when you will need them. Your mini plastic folders you're going to get, plus we're going to throw in a shim for free in that collection as well. So again, if you've already got your mini and you need to sort yourself out with some new folders, then you've got those in that collection, $7.98 or $11.90. Less your 20%, of course, if you are a platinum member, which we know lots of you are. Wow, so many of you loving this show. Anne says, just decided that I'd better buy the extra foam bundle and 2 extra foam packs. Susan on Facebook, I'm going to make a home decor frame with the full foam for my daughter Autumn. Love that. And Deanna on YouTube says, Ben is just killing it in his headdress. Well, one tries, one's best. Keep the comments coming in. Any more questions that you want to ask? Anything particularly that you want to see? If you've seen any of the finished samples on the various sets that we've got here that you want to see in close up, we can do that for you. But we've only got about 20 minutes left. So let's see what else Sara has got in store for us over the creative side of the studio. What's going on?
Well, I'm using up all my scraps ready to put together another card. Okay, so we've got our box. Now we're going to do I'm going to do an autumnal card. Yes. So I've got my gorgeous one that we've just done. So there's my lovely poinsettia. So I'm going to use that as my kind of colour theme. So I've just cut out a lot. I've been literally using every last little scrap of this. Cut out some of the yellow flowers. So I've done the same cutout as what we've got of the pine cone. So I've used the pine cone one for this, okay? Got them cut. Here we go. I'm going to cup them. So same technique as what we did for the pine cone, but you're going to pop them the other way. Ready? So you're going to have the big one. We're going to let it bubble, 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 drop over. But then when we're on this side, open it out into a kind of cup form. Are you with this? So I'm just going to let it then settle like that. So that's how I want that finished one to come together. So as long as you leave it like that, it'll now settle like that into place. This is the trick. This is what people don't realise, okay? They heat it and then they just leave them like this. Well, they're no use to anybody like that. We need to get them. Use your ball tools. Yes. Shape them up into those nice rounded shapes, because actually this is how you want your petals to form. You want them to look authentic and nature-like, but you don't want them to look rubbish and bent, like bent form, right?
No, you don't.
We don't want bent form. No. We want really authentic looking petals. So I'm just shaping a couple of these cup-shaped ones. I think I'll have another cup-shaped one on here, and we'll do a 4-layer one this time. And they'll just come nicely into place. Now, I've already done a little bundle of nice red stamens as well.
Okay.
So I've got 4 nice cup-shaped ones there. Same again, I'm going to start off with the smallest. So we're going small, into the medium, into the large one, just shaping all those petals around as we go, and into the very, very big one. There's my more cup-shaped flower as it was, and I'm just getting them all rolled around. You've got that fed through, we've got the nice little holes, and then we just feed our stamens through, and then there's that lovely nice bright kind of cup-shaped flower, right? Lovely. And then I've got a couple of other flowers left, and I'm going to teach you a cracking little technique with them while this one's drying, okay? Now, we've got that. We've got a couple of these ivy leaves that I'd done that were left over from the earlier project. What I have got is some of the red foam, which I thought would look really nice with this. All the shades work really well together. And I thought we'd try some of the other foliage pieces. So let's have a little look. Of course, it's going to be right at the bottom here. Yes, you've got these lovely leaves, right? So let's get a couple of these leaves out and try cutting these and see what these are going to look like. And you can do the same again with the leaves as what you've done with all of the petals, in that you can shape them all with a little bit of heat. So this goes in, don't you, my dyes are going flying.
A few people have asked actually, your iron that you've got, what heat setting have you got that set to? Is it just turned up to the max?
Brilliant question. I have mine to the max.
Right.
So what I find is I have it to the max so that it reacts quickest.
Yeah.
The quicker it reacts, the better. Well, it's just better for me to show you on the demonstration, really. When I'm doing it at home, if I'm working with our Oliver, who's my little 6-year-old, I have it on the lowest setting. It takes a lot longer for the foam to react to a lower setting. The higher the heat, the faster the reaction. Okay. And that's all the difference is, right? So here's that lovely red foam. Now you're thinking foliage, autumn leaves with the foam, whereas actually this is the foam we're thinking poinsettias with at the start of the show. This is why you need both sets of the foam, you see. We should have just done one big bumper pack really, which I guess is kind of what we've done by grouping them together. But trust me, you will use them both equally. And the stamens, you'll go through absolutely tons of those lovely stamens, and then also them gorgeous berries. So that's why you just, there's the big bundle on there anyway with all of it. Now watch this, okay? I'm going to take these leaves and just touch them on the end of the iron, and they just, all of a sudden, they're no longer flat. They all become just a little bit rounded on there. Yeah. Absolute, just a second. All it is a second, Ben. And I don't know about you, but when I watch people do this, I feel obsessively desperate to pick these up and have a go. I bet it's killing all of you lot at home watching me play with these, knowing you're going to have to wait until yours is delivered.
It won't be long though, it won't be long.
So, right. Oh, yes. Just a tiny little bit of shaping gives it all that, all the real life. Yeah. Nice and easy. So there's my real life leaves. Now let's start and put it all together in a card, and then I can show you some nice little techniques as we're going, right? I've got the card ready. You know I love a good Z fold, don't you? Yes. Love a good Z fold.
Yes. Right, if anyone's going to make a Z fold, it's going to be Sara.
And I found at home this paper pad. I did an autumn collection. Oh, in a Sara signature. Crikey, Ben, it was years ago. Yeah. I found the little 6x6 pad. So I've just done the base in the 6x6 pad. And do you know what? For speed, I'm just going to go straight on with my hot glue gun. Literally just to try and get this put together really, really quickly now, because it's not the card you want to see, it's the flowers, isn't it? So here we go. That'll go down there, and then that'll go down on this one here. So I wouldn't usually use my hot glue gun to put a card together like this, but just for speedness, right? So here we go. What have we got, right? We've got some lovely leaves. So we'll start off with a couple of these leaves down here. And I'll get those leaves put into place, and I'm again just going to use some little bits of glue to position them in place, right? Love it.
All right, just whilst you're popping these in place, I just need to tell you, stock update. We said 5% of the stock remaining. It's now 4. No, it's not. It's 3. No, it's not. 2% of the stock. And I can tell you, I'll be honest with you, we are down into double figures of actual stock remaining. All right. So seriously, I mean, there've been some busy shows whilst I've been there. What is this? My 4th or 5th week? I lose track. There've been some busy shows here, but this one has been off the chart. Congratulations if you've managed to get your hands on the kit. If you're still umming and ahhing, it really now is decision time for you because we're down to the bare bones of it. So get it in your basket, check it out, don't miss out.
Right, I'm going to come with that lovely big poinsettia up here. It's not that I wasn't listening to you there, Ben,
no,
but
it's fine.
you were so doom and gloomy that I decided not to bother, right?
All right.
You're just the bearer of bad news
Sorry.
today, right?
Sorry.
So here we go. Now, look at that. Loving that on there with my lovely big bits of foam. Oh, then where's my bubble one that we've just done, right? So that's settled into there as well. So I'm going to pop my bubble, yes, under there. And this, like I said, this is the bit I enjoy. I love having the fun of making the flowers, but I like to do loads of flowers and then do something with them. What I don't want to do is do them like one at a time and stick them on. I don't mind making the odd one to fill the gap, but what I don't want to do is just do them one at a time. I either do the flower making or I'm doing the decorating. Now let's have a look. I think we need another one. I've got another cup flower to go under there.
Just whilst you're popping these on, there's a very interesting conversations going on now about who's got the most platinum membership, if you see what I mean, because we were chatting about that earlier. Carline on Facebook says, I will remain platinum for the next 7 years. Even if I don't buy anything else, and we all know that that's not going to happen. Suzette Suze on Facebook says, I have just gone, right, get this, you thought 5.5 times platinum was big. I have just gone 11 times platinum. 11 times platinum.
Well, you're going to be getting awesome prices for a long time to come yet, is all I can say.
And Chosen by Erica YouTube says, goodness gracious, that would mean that I'm going to be 9 years platinum. Time to hide my credit cards. I've got more than an addiction to CC. Yeah, you know, I mean, if you're loving things now, over the days, months and years to come, there's going to be even more good stuff like this coming your way. I have got some more questions for you as well, Sarah.
Come on, hit me up.
Do you want them now?
Yep.
Cecilia on YouTube says, Sarah, have you tried to heat emboss foam?
Heat emboss foam? I haven't tried to heat emboss foam. No, that's a new one. If you've tried, let me know how you've got on.
All right. Beth is asking about the iron temperature. We obviously covered that just a few moments ago. Tonya says, are there sunflower dyes in the future, or can one of the dyes be used for that purpose?
Oh, do you know, I bet you could use one of them, because we've got quite an array of different dyes now. So I absolutely bet you could, yeah.
There's actually a few people asking about sunflower dyes. So yeah, give it a go. I mean, seriously, you can make these, I think, into whatever flowers you want them to be. Roxanne on Facebook says, Sarah sold me again to add these to my foam flower collection. I love them. Katie on Facebook, when doing flower forming, I go into a state a bit like Sarah's colouring coma.
Yeah.
It's so relaxing.
I share that pain with you. I'm right there up with you.
And Michael on Facebook says, hi, Sarah and Ben. Wife Shirley's got red hot iron in one hand, pokey tool in other. Best keep out of the craft kitchen, eh?
Absolutely love it. Right, what I'm doing now, Ben, is those little yellow bits, I'm just heating up a couple to really hot, letting them drop and form into like a little bud, okay? And then once I've got a little bud, that little bud, I'll let it cool, and then the little bud can be used to fill in any little gaps that you've got. So can you see I've got a little gap there? So I can just put a little bud in. Nobody knows it's not a real flower. I've just filled in the gap. There's another gap there. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same again, watch. Love this technique. So your red berries are brilliant for this. But then actually if you want to do it with your own foam flowers, all you do, heat, go past the point you would normally, let it drop off and then shape it just in your fingers into a nice little bud. Once you've got your bud in shape, then all you're going to do, tiny little bit of glue on the bottom, and it just goes and pops into place. Don't be frightened to move all these little bits out of the way, you see, because
it's almost knowing when to stop, isn't it, when you're building something like this?
I know. I think that is the time to stop. That is the moment to stop, right? And then I've got Hello Autumn just on here. So all I'm going to do is, where's my pokey tool gone? I've got several of them on the go. I'm going to pop these out and just stick my little Hello Autumn on there. Make a lovely kite. And actually you could get these ready and leave your sentiments off, and then just add the sentiment when you know what the occasion is.
Yeah.
So watch, I'm going to do it with this so that I can, this is a great technique this, so that I can stick this down and then rub off the excess glue, because it's the dotty glue, so the excess glue will rub away. So can you see, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to just pop this down here and then just rub round and get all the excess glue off that you didn't want. So it's just a nice cheat way for sticking your sentiments on if you haven't got time to zire on them or anything like that. There we go. Hello Autumn, and this is the most spectacular little foray of flowers on a Z-fold card that you've ever seen in your life. Matches beautifully my little box that I made. I mean, absolutely. Come on. Hello. Looking amazing. You know when you're just really thrilled with yourself?
Yeah.
It's one of them shows.
It really is. You know what? Look, from my point of view, I could normally sort of look at one demo and go, yeah, well, that one's the demo of the show. That's the standout one. But then actually, you look at the samples and the items that Sara's made during the show. It is just phenomenal. What a collection. What a collection. Dieta on YouTube says, this was such a great show. I've learned so much. Thank you, Sara and Ben. Just a couple of questions. We do just want to go back and have a look at some of the flowers that Sara has made. Margaret says on Facebook, can I make a load of flowers and pine cones and box them for later? Well, I don't see why not.
Absolutely. Do you know, a lot of these, so... You know how you saw some of these cards at like the opening of the show when you were getting you all ready and warmed up and excited about the show? You saw things like these ones here.
Yeah.
These were made 6 months ago.
Oh, wow. 6
months ago, and look, they're still in absolutely perfect form. We take some of our flower forming samples out now that have been literally on the go for years, some of them, and they still look fabulous. So do you want me just to walk you through all the different types of flowers you can do again, right?
Yes, please.
And we've got them all over the course. This has been a wonderful, can I just say, I've loved doing this.
Yeah,
what a fabulous masterclass. I feel like I've got to show you everything I wanted to and explain everything. This is one of those shows that you need to save it. So if it's on Facebook, click share and it'll put it on your wall. If you're on YouTube, you can just bookmark it as one of your favourites and come back and watch this, because I just love these so much, as you can tell, right? So, pine cones. If you cast your mind back, what I showed you at the start is I showed you, first of all, we made this big, long, mahoosive pine cone. So I showed everybody how to make the really big ones. Yep. But then I also showed you how to make these little tiny ones. I thought I had another one kicking around. Oh, I've used it on my project, haven't I? These little tiny ones as well. And this is what I like. These look stunning. These you're going to use in your home decor projects. These you're going to use on your cards. But you can do both sizes because you've got 6 different sizes in your pine cone die, okay? So that's your pine cones. Then also you can use that pine cone die to make your flowers. Now this is like a ruffled flower. So you know I showed you how to do the Christmas roses. This is made exactly the same way as the Christmas roses. It's just the yellow form with a little bit of red on the insides, just in the same way that I did white with a little bit of your, like a green CG I used in the middle of there, okay? Yeah. So we looked at both of those. Your poinsettias are hands down the star of the show. So this is where I'd be using poinsettias on my cards. Do love a good Z-fold card. This isn't one of mine, that's one of Joe's. So I've got these lovely poinsettias on here. But then remember, I used the same poinsettias on the card that we made, but in the different shade. And then we used the different colour tones on the end by adding them in with a little bit of that, the colour tinted foam on there. So that's how you can be using the poinsettias differently. Personally, one of my favourite projects on here is this one, where you can be doing actual home decor 3D projects to put on the table at Christmas time, the holiday season, to give as gifts to people. Those of you that make and sell, how fabulous is a little display like this going to look? That's got those gorgeous little pine cones. It's also got these lovely poinsettias, and someone's used the spray and sparkle on them. Yeah. Looks fabulous, right? Now, one thing that we didn't do much of, I touched on it a little bit. So on the card that we did a little bit of the foliage, and I showed you how to like do all of your leaves and make them look like real, genuine, authentic autumn leaves. There's loads of the leaves. You'll find you use those foliage dies in all of your background pieces to your card. I mean, this would have been a really difficult piece to do all of that in flowers, but because I've got all the foliage, and this is one thing that, if I'm just being honest, I think we've overlooked. When we've done previous collections of foam, we've done one piece of foliage. In this collection, we've given you loads of different types of leaves, ferns, grasses, so that you can really pad out and make a couple of flowers into a big display on your card. So that's a big deal for me that we've done that. It's a bit of a game changer for me. And then talking about the foliage, you see, here it is here on the bottom of this card, just with one flower. Yeah. And a load of foliage. I mean, they're absolutely fabulous. So it just shows you some of the things that you can be doing. Now, we didn't even get to touch on things like the holly leaves. But because I showed you that poinsettia technique, look, you could do little tiny weeny mini poinsettias, Ben, and gorgeous bundles of holly to go with it. I think they would look fabulous. And they'll mix and match with loads of your other ranges. The bottom line is, right?
Yeah.
We're talking flowers. How many of your cards do you have flowers on? Flower embellishments.
Exactly.
How many of you are buying them flower embellishments now? This way, it's not only cheaper to make your own, it's more personalised. And at the end of the day, we're crafters. Why would we buy somebody else's flowers when we can make our own, which looks so much nicer, and we've had the enjoyment of making them? That's what Foam Flowers is about. That's why I've been so passionate ever since we launched Foam Flowers. You just go and have a look. There are so many masterclasses in our archive now that I've done on foam flowers. We've done that gorgeous floating teacup technique. You could do the float for Christmas. You could pick something else to float. I've got a lovely Santa Claus jug. It would look brilliant floating with a load of pine cones and poinsettias pouring out, a few Christmas roses and a load of foliage to pad it all out so I don't have to make a gazillion flowers. Now you're talking. So I know we are like the stock's hanging on by a thread, but I promise you I will make some time over the next few weeks. I'll give you a chance to all get this delivered, and then we'll try and do another craft along masterclass, something like that, and do loads more of the foam flowers. Chances are they will be completely gone by then, so you'll have to buy them now to do that craft along in a few weeks.
Do you know what? I'm so glad that you said that, because so many people have asked for another masterclass when everyone's got all their bundles. So yes, you can bet your bottom dollar on that. So many lovely comments coming in. Thank you to everybody who's been in touch, and we're just so delighted actually that you've managed to get your hands on this bundle, because you're going to have so much fun with it. And make sure when you have got it, make sure you take pictures of your makes and your projects. We want to see what you've been doing. We want to take inspiration from you as well with all of your makes. It's been a brilliant show, hasn't it? So I must say a big thank you to Sara. When are we seeing you back on Crafters TV?
Back on Crafters TV? Monday.
Oh, Monday.
I think it's a double Sara day on Monday.
Oh, look forward to that. Absolutely brilliant. Hey, listen, we're going to give you an hour or so now to go and get yourself a cup of tea or whatever you fancy. And we are going to be bringing you back, Colour Me Happy, with some brand new goodies coming up at 4 o'clock UK time. It's me and Debbie Robinson with, well, another show which I think you're just going to absolutely love. Thanks so much for watching. Can't wait till you get your hands on this collection. You're going to love it. We'll see you in around about an hour's time.